Hello everyone, welcome to the cave. My name is Kobatis. In this video, I will be cutting two Montana Sapphires for my friend Michael. I just met Michael. He is a disabled veteran, a US veteran, and he went and got these at the mine himself, and he sent me a few, and he asked me to cut the two best ones for him, and one for him, one for his lady. So I am going to do the best job I can because not because he's putting pressure on me, but because he's such a nice guy, really a nice guy. And I don't want to disappoint him. I want him to be extremely happy with the final stones. The stones, as you can see, one of them has a slight bluish tint to it. They're very tiny. They're 1.05 carats each, 1.05 carats. So I've never cut a stone. I've never faceted, I should say, a stone so small before. And um, one of them is a little greenish. This one, the first one I'm going to cut in this video, is a little bit bluish. It has sort of a dark black inclusion near the end of one side. Here you can see I'm making space for the dop, and there will also be the table, and you can see there's something under the surface as well there, so that will be cut away as I cut. I'm gonna do the space for the dop by hand, as you can see here, and then stick the dop on. And the kind of cut I'm going to do, because the stone is so small and I don't want it to lose more weight, I'm going to do a six-sided cut. It's called Bumblebee by an Italian designer called Mario Voltolini. Um, it's a really nice, and it suits the stone perfectly because of how the stone is right now already. And the stone this small is so difficult to handle. It is very difficult to handle. And as you can see, it is already six sides. One of the sides is a little bit elongated, but it's okay. I'll even it out. Um, but this stone is perfect for the cut we're gonna do. It perfectly matched. And to cut the stone, to facet the stone, I have to be very precise. Go slow and easy, almost like a surgeon. I have to take it really slow, because even the smallest, slightest bit of overcut, and basically I will ruin the stone. It will shrink and shrink, and I don't want that. I want to give my friend Mike the maximum weight possible with in a beautiful gemstone that he could appreciate for a long time. There we can see the surface stuff is almost done. Now I can just stick the dop on and start cutting. For the stone, I'm using a brand new 3000 grit steel diamond topper lap to do the cutting. And here I'm just, before I stick the dop on, I'm just gonna just sort of almost polish the table a little bit, so um, it'll be easier for me at the end to cut the table. I'm adding a little bit of water to the lap, and then rubbing the stone over it with my finger gently, very gently. I barely press. I'm hardly pressing. So just to make it nice and smooth and clean. And it's so tiny I can barely hold it with my finger. I'm so afraid to lose the stone. It's just so small. And right there, you can see that black inclusion at the bottom. And there's nothing I can do about it, but it's not a bad thing. It's just the stone is natural. And we can see now after cutting the table, I'm starting to cut with 0.95 carats. So cutting the table, we lost a point one carat, which is not bad at all. And I'm checking to see if the stone is well centered on the top, and it is. It's fantastic. I can start cutting, and we're gonna go into hyper speed mode so we don't have to go through the video slowly. It's too long, but you'll see everything that I'm doing. Well, not everything, but the conclusion, the summary of everything. I hope you stay until the end and see the reveal. As you will see, it is a beautiful, beautiful gemstone at the end. I'm starting to clean up the girdle a little bit or define the edges of the stone somewhat. And I'm doing that without turning the machine on, just to clean it up a bit. And I'll turn it on and then cut the girdle. I just want to see what I'm working with right now. Well, here we go. Let's start cutting the girdle and define the outline of the stone. And I am not going to put any pressure whatsoever, just the weight of the stone on the dopstick, and that's it, throughout cutting the entire stone. And this is, I'm choosing this cut. As you can see, it's six-sided because the stone is already six-sided, and that means I will lose a lot less weight at the end. And will I'm lucky that way. The stone is almost perfectly six-sided, and that means we'll maintain a lot of weight. Instead of losing 80%, we might lose 50%. I'm not going to videotape everything as I'll just do basically what I feel is necessary for you to be able to follow what I'm doing. And of course, I'm speeding up the video quite a bit so that it wouldn't be so long. I am using my own home built, home designed faceting machine. Um, for the first tier on the Pavilion, I will have 24 facets, and The second tier on the pavilion will be like a skirt almost, which will be 6 facets. And those 6 facets will follow the girdle as well. Here I'm doing the 4 opposites on the first tier on the pavilion just to find the center point and then add in the rest. So I'm done doing the first um, tier of 24 facets. Now I'm just gonna polish them on my bat lap and using diamond powder and snake oil to make my own slurry, my own paste. So on my bat lap and on the sapphire, that works very, very well. And while I'm polishing, that will also uh, touch up the facets to make them more even and better. So I always undercut a little bit. So when I'm doing the final polish, it will even it out. And there you can see now they're beautiful, symmetrical, and they look good. And now I'm cutting the 6 facets on the second tier of the pavilion. And we can see that little black inclusion just near the end of the pavilion, near the culet. I love those. I love those. They show that um, these stones are natural, unheated, untreated, as nature intended them to be, as nature made them. And in the end product, it's gonna look wonderful, really. I can't believe the stone is so tiny, tiny, tiny. And there it is. Time to transfer and cut the crown and the table. Here we can see the blue color, the blue tint of the stone. It is gorgeous, got a gorgeous color, sort of clear to light blue. And Montana sapphires, there are a lot of different colors, and this is one of my favorite ones from there. On the crown, I will have 4 tiers, um, 3 times 6, and 1 times 12, so plus the table. And I have to be very, very gentle, surgical precision, so I don't overcut, and the stone comes out really pretty and symmetrical. And here, while cutting the first tier on the crown, which is 6 facets that follow the girdle, we can see how tiny this stone is. It's barely over 4 millimeters by 4 millimeters, and I'm having a hard time holding it with my finger. That's how small it is. Here, I just want to mention that if you like my videos, just hit that subscribe button. It would help me an awful lot. That would be great. I'm very grateful. So here on the pavilion, I've already done my first tier, which is 6 facets, the second tier, which is 12 facets. Now I'm doing the third tier, which is again 6 facets, and the fourth will be 6, and that will put an outline around the table. Um, so again, I have to be very, very slow, soft, and easy so I don't overcut. We can see the stone is starting to take shape, even though I haven't polished it, the crown yet. It is already starting to look stunning. Once I'm done polishing all the facets on the crown, I will touch up the girdle a little bit, very, very lightly, just around the corners where those 6 corners are, just to make them a little sharper, and then cut the table. The table's already cut, just smooth it out and polish it. And I hope you do stay for the reveal. It's worth it. I'm almost done polishing now, and it's looking wonderful. I'm very happy. Here I'm putting marker on the table so I cut it even, so I can adjust my machine to cut it even all around, so it comes out okay. Here I'm polishing the table and do a really good polish on the table and touch up. After that, I'll touch up the girdle just slightly, and we'll clean up the stone and do the reveal, weigh it and do the reveal. And I really hope that you do stay for the reveal because you will like it. And there it is. We're gonna clean it. It's off the dock. We're gonna clean it and weigh it. And we end up with 0.45 of a carat, and that is an amazing weight for the stone. What we started with, we started with 1.05, ended up with 0.45. That's fantastic. That means we did a really good job. The stone is very brilliant. Stick around and see the reveal, and please do like, subscribe, and share my videos. And I hope you enjoyed this reveal of the stone. And here it is. 67 facets later, 0.45. Again, please do like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them in the comment area. Let me know. And be safe. And until next video, bye for now.